routine testing, whatever the word you want to use for it, surveillance, whatever, the routine testing is occurring as you'd expect at these facilities at the moment?
So just to put in context, the surveillance testing is every 14 days, except if you're in the quarantine facility, it's every 7 days. And so we get the feedback weekly about the testing rate. And I'm confident that the testing is occurring at a high rate for our facilities, acknowledging that there is a little bit of a lag with the NHI numbers and the like. I'll just make a point about data, I suppose. We stood up a program called Who's on Location rapidly at the end of last year and trialled that system. The data from that system has been taken into the border worker testing register and has provided some of the base data. That's required us to do a fairly large cleanse of that data to make sure we don't have ghost workers in relation to someone who may have used the wrong initials, name, or a slip of the fingers on the date of birth and like. And there's been a significant cleanup of that data over the last 2 months once the trial was complete. And so we're waiting on this week the first of the new reports to give us a better indication about the accuracy of our data, which will then allow us to have those discussions with those employers around their accuracy or the staff testing rate for their staff.
So sorry, this new system, I don't believe I've heard of it before, I might be wrong, but what is it? What does it do?
So previously, remembering that when MIQ started, we were doing things with pieces of paper and pencil, and that was how we were monitoring and keeping account of movement in and out of the facilities. So Who's on Location is a software where you essentially sign into the facility either on an iPad on entry or using an app on your phone. And the process is you sign in, it asks you a series of questions, you put in your name, your date of birth, your cell phone number, your email address, for example, and then you are then located on the facility. You then sign off as you leave the facility, and it records that data that you've been on that facility. What that does now is that now sends, that data has then been used for to populate the border worker testing regime. We're now going through, as I said, scrubbing that data to make sure we're correctly matched with what we've got on those two registers.
So you're comparing, basically.
Yeah, so one is fed the other, and we can now go through and make sure that they are accurate, so there's not a J Bliss and a Jim Bliss, for example.
Yeah, Dr. Winfield, just one call for a colleague.
Jason, so you have confidence, though, that you are getting the required amount of testing happening?
Yes, so that's leading to greater understanding of the testing rates.
But currently, do you have that confidence, or do you not have that confidence, which is why you're doing this?
This is why we're doing the investigation, is to go back and you've gone from testing or examining bulk data in percentages to now having the ability to go back and interrogate data around specific individuals.
So as it stands at this moment, you're not confident that the required testing is occurring?
I think we've got a system to put in very rapidly. We've made great improvements in it, and I think the next things we're doing to increase that understanding will give us that assurance that it is as best as we can make it.